Hey guys, my name is Jan and welcome on our new episode of Prague's Tour Guide. In today's video, we're gonna focus on 3 traditional Prague beer places. We are now on Wenceslas Square and the first place we're gonna hit is just around the corner, so follow me. So guys, now we arrived to the first place, which is the oldest Prague restaurant serving Pilsner Urquell lager from 1843 called Pinkasů. So let's have a cold one right there. Today is beautiful weather, so we'll sit in a beautiful garden which is behind the pub. Cheers guys, in Czech we say na zdraví. Great. We are sitting at Pinkasů garden, which has a beautiful surroundings. We are actually in a former wing of a church, which has a natural air condition. In the summer days like this, it's a great place to enjoy the beer, and the quality what they have is first class. We're sitting next to Church of Virgin Mary Snow, which was a church founded in 1347 by the King Charles IV, and it was founded a day after he was crowned for a Czech king in 1347. The restaurant Pinkasů was founded in 1843 by Mr. Jakub Pinkas, and thanks to his connections to Pilsen, he had a friend there called Martin Salzman, later founder of the most famous Pilsen beer house, U Salzmanů, and he brought him the first barrels of Pilsner Urquell in 8th of March on 1843, which is approximately 5 months after the first Pilsen lager barrel was made in Pilsen brewery in 1842. So until today, Pinkasů, they serve just Pilsner Urquell, and we recommend it. Yeah, together with the beer, you can order some good Czech food here. We did sausage because they have a grill up there, so they have their own barbecue, so it's smoked from their own grill and really good typical Czech sausage. But out of that, they have all the Czech typical dishes like goulash, beef in a cream sauce, we call svíčková, or duck leg, or meat with cabbage and dumplings. So for Czech cuisine, it's a place we recommend to eat as well. Just guys, while you'll be going down to the restrooms, notice that from here, from this tub, was 8th of April 1843 drawed the first Pilsner Urquell glass in Prague. So now guys, we'll go to the second place. So guys, our second spot where we will have a beer is a place called Medvídků, which is the oldest Prague hotel and a pub as well together, founded in 1466. So since 15th century, this is a hotel and a pub. So let's have a one here as well, Medvídků. So guys, we are now drinking another typical Czech lager, which is Budweiser Budvar, delicious one. And it comes from a town in south of Bohemia called Budweis, České Budějovice. And they brew there the beer since 13th century. The actual beer what we have today is from the 19th century, from a brewery of Budweiser Budvar. And it's interesting, in 1870s that beer got to the US market, and certain Mr. Adolphus Busch tasted that beer and he really liked it. So he was like, well, I want to make the same beer here too. So he took a trip to Europe and he visited in here, back then Austria-Hungary, he visited the brewery of Budweiser. He took notes on a tour, and as he came back home, he started to produce a beer which should be the similar or same taste like here our Czech Budvar. But it tasted completely different, and 20 years later, in 1890s, several courts were happening, and most of them he lost. Adolphus Busch lost those courts, and in many countries, in most of the countries around the world, the Czech beer, Czech Budweiser, have to be sold as Czech Budweiser, and the American Budweiser has to be sold as Bud, like for example Bud Light, except UK, for example. In UK you can sell both under those names, and in America the Czech one has to be sold as Czechvar. Yeah, so if you see in US, if somebody is watching and you'll see in a shop Czechvar, that's actually our original Budweiser Budvar. The name Budvar is interesting because it's a shortcut of two names. Bud is for Budějovický, Var is the second part of a word pivovar, which is a brewery. So Budvar is Budějovický pivovar shortcut. Yeah, so cheers. This one also tastes great, especially here. Yeah guys, here is a cool thing. Medvídků restaurant is also a microbrewery. If you walk through the restaurant, in the back there are beer cellars where we are just now, and I'm standing now between two brewing kettles, so you can just have a beer while the beer is brewing here at the same time. And they have a really good crafted homemade beer called Old God, which is a half dark. They do a blonde beer called Blonde God, and then they have a beer what you should try. It's also in a book of 1001 beers you should try before you die, and it's a beer called X33. Means that that beer has 33 points of strongness, so it's the strongest beer in the world actually. It has 12.6% alcohol, so it's stronger than a wine or strong as some wine, so we recommend to have it as a digestive or not drink the whole like half-liter beer as normally, because the beer is the sugarness in a beer makes you more drunk, but it's really good. And here I show you interesting thing, which is a cooling machine, cooling place for the beer. So sometimes they just turn it on, and while you're sitting here, they cooling the beer in front of you. So how cool is that? A beer cellar from medieval ages in Medvídků. So our third and last place of this tour is a restaurant and brewery Fleků, which is from 1499, the oldest active brewery and a restaurant in Prague. So let's check out the beautiful garden what they have. So guys, Fleků Beer Garden is a really cool place where is a very nice and large garden where you can order some Czech food, where you can have some dark lager from Fleků. Děkuji. And their lager is really good dark beer. By me, it's the best Czech lager from the dark lagers you can try here in Prague. Accordions playing here, so it's really cool place for groups as well, or just for a beer garden with a Czech cuisine. We ordered a typical Czech dish, which is pork with cabbage and potato dumplings, and I have a pickled camembert, pickled cheese, which goes really good with the beer. So this is our third place, Fleků. Na zdraví. Yeah, guys, here is a cool thing. It's an alcohol tester from 19th century, and it's like a little picture of a devil or little devil called Čert. And if you will look at it from a distance above 4 or 5 meters, and you will look in the center of that picture, and you will see it moving or a little bit blurred, it means that you are drunk. So it's a cool alcohol tester from the old times. How cool is that? So guys, this was our third and last place of today's tour of 3 traditional Prague beer places. We hope you enjoyed it. And again, if you would like to book a tour, for example, a beer tour with us, check our website lucitours.com, and we'll be looking forward to see you in our next video or in person. So take care, guys.